Live from Austin, Texas, it's the internet's favorite advice show, Answering for a Friend. Here's your host, Clint Baker and Danelle McCloskey. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Answering for a Friend. I have a special guest with me tonight. I have Danelle McCloskey. Danelle, thank you for joining me today. Yeah. Let's see, man. This is going to be a fun show. Today, we're going to do a special edition, and this whole thing has a theme, and it is called, Is It Wrong? Is it wrong? All right. Well, before we get started, I want to check with everyone in the chat, see who's there. We got 3 watching. Come on, guys. Everybody, do me a favor and comment here. Say hey, let us know how you're doing, and check in. It's roll call time. You're wrong, James. Thanks, James. Yeah. James. All right. Guys, while we're waiting for everybody to come in, do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, let your friends know about us, and if you get a second, copy this link and share it on your social media right now. Let's get your friends in here. The more the merrier. It'll be a good time. This will be an interesting talk tonight. Justin is in the house. What's up, Justin? Hello, Justin. Hello, Newman. Oh, Kevin Feige liked and subscribed. Thank you, Kevin Feige. I really like your movies. I really appreciate that. Oh, boy. Who else do we have in here tonight? Just James and Kevin Feige. All right. And Justin. All right. Well, they will come scrolling in here any second. Guys, let's get this thing started. Danielle, how you doing? Before we get started, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Just been really, really busy lately. Got a very large tattoo like 2 hours ago. Things are going well.
How long were you in the chair?
About 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah. I sat like a champ though. I was very proud of myself.
You are a champ. Anytime I get a tattoo, I squirm like a little baby. Like the outside isn't so bad, but the inside, that's the worst. Like you get the inside done. They say any place that would feel nice to be kissed. I don't think I want to be kissed in my armpit, but I think that would be a very tender spot.
Yeah, I did good right until we got to the white, the white accents at the very end.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like being electric shocked, looking around like, I'm sorry, I swear, I'm not trying to like be all over the place right now.
I really need to go back and get some more work done. I've wanted to do tattoos for years. I'm getting hairier the older I get. I'm like, dude, I gotta like mow the yard. If I'm gonna have more tattoos, I'm gonna have to like shave my arms. I'm like, what happened to me? Like, what, my testosterone levels got weird because I'm getting older. It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe I'll just wax my tattoos. Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, fuck it.
Just get like electrolysis or something. Like you'll never have to worry about it again. And it'll all be just gone.
That's probably what I should probably do. Afro Vince, are you Italian, Clint? No, I get asked that. Somebody the other day was like, "Are you like Armenian? What are you?" I was like, I know I'm very. I have a weird, obscure look. I'm half Hispanic and half Gringo. And what's funny is my dad's side, the white guy side, is a bunch of like hardworking roughnecks and guys. They're darker than my Hispanic side of the family, my dad's side. So I have a weird Italian, Middle Eastern, Mexican, white guy look, you know. So I play all sides depending on what jokes I'm telling and stuff. All right. Because the hairy body. Oh yeah. I'm also part Sasquatch. That's the deal. Well, let's get into it. Alrighty. The first question for those of you guys who don't know it. This is an advice show. Sometimes we give serious advice. Sometimes we're just answering fun questions. It just depends what we get sent. If we don't get sent anything, I go looking on Reddit and I find the most entertaining stuff and stuff that's going to spark conversation. And again, sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's not. I want to ask you guys if it's something that's a delicate it topic. Don't be dicks in the chat and cause fights. The whole point of this is for fun. I do these YouTube shows that I do. I don't want to get political. I don't want to cause arguments. I don't want people fighting over different fandoms if it's a fan thing. I just want people to have a good time and come together and enjoy themselves. So that's what I'm trying to do here. And if you like that, give me a ding. All right, there we go. So let's get into the questions and talk about this stuff. Hello, Peter. Some strange chat things. That's a thing we do, Danielle. We just look down to the chat and occasionally answer questions. Sometimes we might go off on a rant, and then we'll get to them eventually.
I'm all right with rants. We'll be fine.
Yes, you are. And for those of you guys who are old school and remember the old Black Shirt podcast, if you recognize this voice, Danielle is Dr. Science. That's right. So that was one of my favorite things, is having her come in and give an intelligent explanation of the ship making the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs and what that means. So she's a good one. Dr. Science in the house. So let's get into the first question. Is it wrong to pee on a beach that only has a few people here and there? Asking for a friend. Is it wrong? What do you think, Danielle?
No. You're outside. I don't know. Yeah, sure, like urinating in public is illegal or whatever, but I feel like when you start getting into the like nature side of outside, like, no, this is where we come from. It's all a toilet.
Also, James says, of course it's wrong. What if it's dark? What if it's dark? You can see them, but maybe you're in the shadows and they can't see you. That's a good one. I'm pretty sure I've done that. I think I've peed in the shadows before. Not on a schoolyard, not on a schoolyard or anything. That's a good way to get on the sex offenders list. If you get caught drunk peeing in a schoolyard, even if it's after hours, there's no kids, you're getting on the list. That's no good. Afro Vince says pee in a bush.
Yeah, there you go. Find like the base of a palm tree. Good to go.
Yeah.
Or just walk the distance to like the water. There you go.
Or you could dig a hole and just pretend you're laying on your stomach and pee into the sand. That's another one.
Like your little turtle eggs or something. It's okay. I'm looking for turtle eggs.
You know, I've been known to pee on the side of the house in the middle of the night if I'm like drinking beer in the garage. That's not, you know what I mean? And everyone in the neighborhood is asleep. So that's
true. I've seen it.
Yeah. Yes. You haven't seen it, but you've seen me pee on the side of the house. Yeah. Explain that to your neighbors, says Afro Vince. What's funny is if you go to Europe, you go to Amsterdam, they have urinals that are in the middle of the square, like the middle of town, like at museums, hundreds and thousands of people walking around, and they're walk-up urinals, and they're like, there's like 5 of them. It's like a pentagon, and they all have walk-ups. So they all and so like take this bottle. There's a guy peeing here. There's a guy peeing here. There's one here, all the way around, and you can't see because it kind of goes around you. So you just walk up and you pee. And then there's a sanitizer thing. You sanitize, you walk away, and all people see is your back. If clearly women aren't going to be using these things, but I mean maybe some. But it's it's funny that you go to another country and you have people peeing outdoors. But if you go to the beach and you pee out in the sand somewhere, that's wrong. That's weird.
I peed in a rose bush in a really fancy park in Berlin at like 2:00 in the morning.
That's punk rock right there.
Unknowingly very close to a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Walked around the corner, I was like, oh, I could get in a lot of trouble, but I was very drunk, so whatever.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's kind of what you do in Germany. You just kind of get drunk and pee on things. That's how we do it. Yeah, and what did Justin says or by a World Heritage Site?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
He was holding me up to make sure I didn't fall in the rose bush that I was peeing into. That's marriage.
Yes, that's good. That is a good husband right there. You don't want a rose bush when your bush is exposed. Okay, heyo. All right, let's move on to another one. Alrighty. Bam. Is it wrong to not want to date someone because you're not physically attracted to them, but you love their personality? I don't think so. I think that's what they call friends, right? That's what friends are. If you get somebody you're not attracted, well, it's now it becomes a problem if they're attracted to you, but you're not attracted to them, and they want more than you're willing to offer. But if that's not the case, then that's what friends are. You know?
Yeah. I don't think it's ever wrong to like whatever your reason is to not want to date someone. That's never a wrong reason. It's what you got going on in you. If it's not gonna work out, like there's a billion people on this planet. Like don't go into a relationship with someone that you don't super duper want to go into one with. You're just wasting each other's times.
Yeah, that's at all. And now, what is wrong is to lead that person on. If you're
Yeah.
if you're leading that person on and wasting their time, that's not good. But yeah, no, I don't think it's wrong. What do they say? No, they can buy you a fleshlight, says Fred Willard.
I can buy myself one. It's good. I'm fine.
And going back to the last topic, or peeing next to a cop station on New Year's Eve. Yeah, that's not recommended either. That's not recommended.
Unless they're into that. But you should probably figure that out beforehand.
Yeah, if you pee on someone that you don't find attractive, but you like the personality, that's not okay either.
Just make sure you have consent. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered a question that I didn't put in the thing that was pretty good. Somebody that I got. Here's a good one. How many we got? How many we got in the chat, guys? Make sure if you're checking in to check in and say hello in the chat. Is it wrong to copy someone else's tattoo? Is that wrong to copy someone else's tattoo?
Well, it gets a little complicated. I think a lot of people have a lot of really similar tattoos, but if you're talking about something that's like a really good like original artist situation from like a known tattoo artist that you guys like put time into developing, that's like might as well be copyright at that point. But also like I don't know if you, as the person wearing it, really have a right to think you own the art that's on your body. You know what I mean?
Well, what if you maybe if you drew it?
Yeah. If you put a little trademark sticker on there.
Yeah, if you're like James, who's in the chat, he draws. He could probably make a pretty badass tattoo.
Yeah, I think it's more just a dick move.
I agree. That is a super dick move. You're like, dude, I got this custom art piece. It's better than everybody else's thing. It's really original to my personality. I really, the artist, I didn't know if anybody was going to be able to communicate what I wanted to communicate through drawing, and this artist did it. It's amazing, and you're super stoked, and you got the most original tattoo in the world, and then you go to Jimmy Eat Wednesday and see some douchebag with your tattoo. No! Yeah.
I know tattoo artists hate that. Like if you walk into a shop with a picture of someone else's tattoo and it's really signature work, they're gonna be like, no, I'm not just gonna rip this other tattoo artist. That's not really ethical in any way.
Yeah, it's not cool at all. That's the worst thing ever. It's different if you get like the pink dolphin that's on the wall. That flash art. That's okay. Let's see. James says, I've heard people doing that. It always sounds disrespectful. Yes, it is disrespectful. If you're getting body art, I mean, it's one thing if you get like a Goldberg tribal tattoo, but like if you're because you're doing it to be ironic or make fun. If you get a Goldberg tattoo, I hope you're doing it to be funny. Because if you're serious, well, then you just love Goldberg. I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Thoughts? Oh boy. Let's see here. We got some you should ask permission if you want to copy someone else's tattoo that you like. I suppose. Rita, do you have any tattoos? And if you do, what would you say if somebody said, "Hey, I want to get your tattoo"? What would you tell them? That's a good question. Now, me and Dave Keel here, drummer for Ritalin Kids, have matching tattoos. We got the same tattoos. Completely original tattoos, too. We got nautical stars. Nobody has those. And so,
groundbreaking.
Yes. Groundbreaking, you jerk. Let's see here. Fred Willard says, I have 10 tattoos, and they're all ones my four friends got. Well, that's cool. Y'all are sharing something, but to steal an idea like, oh my god, I love that girl's shoes, or dude, that guy's badass. I like his band. I'm gonna get the same tattoo that he has. That's not cool.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot of matching tattoos here and there, but like I said, they're mostly Flash. Like me and my friend Christina have the same Friday the 13th Flash, and my husband and I have matching Dance Gavin Dance tattoos, and it's kind of small strawberry skull, nothing crazy.
Now, what do you think about this, Danielle? Now you love Thrice. There's no secret. You love Thrice.
This is known, yeah.
Yes. Now, does the singer for Thrice have any tattoos?
He's got a lot. I probably couldn't name you like any of them. I'm not really into like the members of the band a whole lot. I know their names. That's about as far as it goes.
Now,
But yeah, they definitely all have tattoos.
what do you think as like a super fan of a band, and you got a tattoo? This is another dimension. This is not just of like, oh, this person I work with, I like their tattoos, so I got the same thing. You're a douchebag. What if you're a fan of the band and you got the same tattoo that the singer of the band got because you're a super fan? Do you think that's weird?
I mean, imagine like what that singer probably thinks about that. Like, that's a bit much. Like, that's great you come to my show and you buy my merch, and now you've permanently changed your body to look like me. I'm not afraid for my life whatsoever.
It's a little stalkery,
that's not where
I think.
that's going at all. I bet you know my children's names, don't you? Like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. This is taking it a bit far. That being said, I do have 3 Thrice tattoos, but they're not tattoos that they have.
They're not tattoos that they have. They're
No.
they're tattoos for Thrice. Now that I back, like there was some people that had Ritalin Kids tattoos.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. I pumped your mic up a little bit, Danielle, because
Okay.
I got to notice that you were a little quieter than I was. So
It's because I hate the sound of my voice.
I know, and rather than just tell you to get up on that mic, I just turned you up just a hair, so you're good. Just keep doing what you're doing.
All right.
All right. Okay. Super cringe. Justin says. Curly has dog shit tattooed on his arm with flies. Yes, that is true. Curly's was the roadie for Lit and Zebrahead and our friend when we toured with those guys. And yes, he said, I'll get anything tattooed on me if you pay for it. And they said, how about a dog shit? And he said, yeah, let's do it. So he has it on there with flies. That's impressive.
Hey, it's a story.
Yeah. All right, let's do another question. Is it wrong to cold call or message a guy that I really think is cute?
Cold call as in you didn't get his number by him? I'm not in the dating game. I don't know what that means.
I think it just means call this guy out of the blue and say, hey, I got your number from a friend and I think you're hot.
Oh, I got your number from a friend? That's a little weird.
Or I got it off your Facebook profile. That's what you get for having your phone number on your Facebook profile.
I think there are more like natural ways to make that happen. I think you're kind of setting yourself up to immediately be on the like registry for that kind of thing.
Yeah, it could be weird. James, thanks for tuning in. James is hitting the road, but thanks, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, but if you never make a move, nothing happens. You know what I mean? Sometimes for ages, it's always been guys that are like, hey, girl, what are you doing? And now, finally, in the last couple of generations, women are getting the same respects and things. So I think it's cool. I think there should be a bunch of female construction workers heckling dudes that are walking by. What do you think about that?
Yes, I'm here for that. Equal opportunity.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think it's creepy. Anytime you meet somebody who gets your phone number, messages you, that you don't know, it's gonna be weird. But I mean, you never know. It could turn into something. If you want to risk being a creeper, go for it.
Some people are into creepers.
Yeah.
There's that couple in Russia where that lady's got her husband's tattoo, like his name tattooed across her face.
Is that real?
Yeah, no, he loves her. They have a very happy marriage, and she's got his name tattooed.
Wow.
Across her face, like not just a little, like in block letters. So maybe.
Yeah, that's scary. I don't know about that. James is giving me an instruction to tell the replay crew to like, share, and subscribe. We'll definitely do that, James. Thanks, man. Thanks again for tuning in. Busy man. That's the busiest guy in show business. He's an editing machine, and I appreciate you taking time out of your work schedule to pop in here for a little bit. And I'll talk to you later, man. Fred, Afro Vint says, "Do you need me to call you? Are you talking to me or Danielle?" Are the YouTube comments still showing up? Yeah, they are. It's both. We're doing good tonight. Last week we didn't have any comments, and I've had a few hiccups, but we got everything working like a clock now. And we have 2 people in the chat. Wow, we're really killing tonight. Let's see here. How about this one? Here's a question. Is it wrong to like Harry Potter? What kind of moron asks that question? That's a real question I got.
Why would it be wrong? Is this you're like a fundamentalist and you can't watch like movies about magic or something? Or does this have to do with like J.K. Rowling all of a sudden being generally walking garbage?
I don't know the context. Is it because you're a professional now? You're like, I'm a Harvard lawyer. I am busy doing important things. Should I be watching Harry Potter? Yes, with that accent.
Yes, you should. I watch cartoons. I'm a grown-up. I can watch cartoons because I'm a grown-up.
And Fred agreed with you. He said it's wrong to like J.K. Rowling.
Oh Lord, that one's just rolling in it every day nowadays.
Well, let's jump to another question. Is it wrong to ask for proof of pregnancy? Hey-o!
I would say in some circumstances, yeah. In some circumstances, no.
Yeah, exactly what she said. It's like it depends what your situation is. That's a wild question. If you don't think it's yours, then I would ask for proof, you know?
Yeah, I definitely know of some situations here and there where I was made aware someone made a false pregnancy claim to either like keep a relationship going or make someone feel guilty about trying to, leave them or whatever. Like, there's some scandalous assholes out there. There just are.
I've even heard of some I don't even remember I don't even know if I should even tell this because I don't remember where I heard it. Somebody even faking all the way and then faking losing the kid and stuff. You know what I mean? Like yeah. And it's like, wow, it's crazy.
Just like Munchausen syndrome times a million. Oh no, that would be factitious disorder. Yeah. Oh man.
Factitious disorder?
Yeah. I had to learn a lot about those for that weird ass screenplay I was writing.
Weird ass screenplay. What does that mean? Factitious.
Factitious disorder generally has to do with you compulsively lie about your own kind of like health or what have you, whereas Munchausen by proxy, you need a proxy, like there's a kid or whatever, and you're making them sick for attention. But if you're doing it to yourself, that's factitious disorder. People make up like being haunted and possessed and like, constantly being sick, and it's mostly for attention.
Do they actually start to believe it themselves?
I mean, I think it's hard to tell here and there. I think once a psychopathy like goes so far, you probably start deluding yourself. But I'm not a psychologist, so I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah,
I'm not a psychologist. I'm just smart.
This is the part where I disclaim, ding, not a psychologist.
There was the ding. Let's see here. Unless you want to be on Maury.
Yeah, man. Nobody wants to be on Maury.
Yeah. And then Dave says, it's worse to ask someone if they're pregnant and they're not. Yes. I used to work with a couple. I used to work with a lot of people. My favorite thing to do is when I had a friend and she kept having kids. I worked with her for years, and every time the people at work, they would get a big card for her. Congratulations! And I would write on the card, pregnant? I thought you were just fat. And it was funny. funny because her and I picked on each other. It was like we had a fun relationship like that. So, all right, let's see here. Well, here's a fun one. All right, what do we got here? CB3 says, sorry, I'm late. Curtis, where the hell you been, man? And where are my other people at? We got a whole bunch of people that are usually tuned in on this day. We got I'm calling you out, Kim. Kim, where are you? And then we got, where's Punk Rock Phil? Where the hell are you at? Michelle, where are you guys at? Okay. Like we're your friends. We don't owe you shit. All right. Is it wrong to call out people who don't take their shopping carts back to the corral? Is that wrong? To verbally call people out.
I mean, I'm all for public shaming, but I think I'm setting the bar a little low. Unless they're like leaving it in front of your car. I just kind of move on and accept that I'm a better person. I sleep well at night, knowing like, oh yeah, yep, I'm good.
I'm like, hey, jerk face, take the cart back. I only say that when the cart rolls into my car. That happened to me.
That happened to me in a Kohl's parking lot. I was really pissed.
That happened to me at Target. I got a new car, and I was really stoked on the car, and the thing came over, and then was like, dunk, and I'm like, God, dude, and I looked at him, and he like looked at, I was like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I should say that, but yeah, I got pretty animated. Got out and went and looked at the car. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Like, you should really take that back.
Yeah, there was like a recent thing going all around the internet talking about how like the shopping cart conundrum pretty much can outline who is a good member of society and who isn't based off of their like the ability of their actions to be, motivated by the thoughts of others, and putting that shopping cart away is like the litmus test for if you're.
I was just gonna say litmus test.
Shit.
Yeah, that's like a really good test. That's like douchebag.
Yeah.
It's also people didn't cover their mouths.
Ugh.
Yeah. Suicide Squad was like Harley Quinn is like, yeah, if you don't cover your mouth, but when you cough, and I was like, fuck yeah, that's right, Harley.
That's just nasty.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to HEB?
Everything
they do for us, put that damn cart back.
And I got small screen in the house saying like and subscribe. That's right, guys, like and subscribe. CB3's putting the little people to sleep. Right on, man. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Dave says that's why you park right next to the cart stall. No rogue carts rolling around. That's right. Dude, I've seen people that are too lazy to go all the way into the corral. They'll walk it back and just kind of let it go, and it's like feet away. And it's like, dude, you went all this way, and you couldn't just you couldn't close the deal? Like, what's wrong with people? What is wrong with people?
He only had that many shits to give.
I mean,
he just ran out.
Seriously. Let's hit another. How we doing out there, gang? In the chat? Anybody? All right. Parents, is it wrong to ignore my parents when they call on my birthday? Is it wrong? What do you guys think? Danielle, what do you think?
Well, in one of those cases, it would just be really weird to get a call from that parent on my birthday.
Oh, there's that. Then there's that.
If I suddenly see mom pop up like,
yeah, if my dad, and even worse, if my dad called me on my birthday and I didn't answer.
I mean, if it's a bad time, the thing is, if it's a bad time and you don't like have the time to give your parent the attention and have a conversation, I'll decline a call and just text, be like, hey dad, like I'm about to get in the shower, or I'm hungover as balls. Let me call you later, or what have you. That way I can actually have time to talk. Or I'll just correspond and be like, what time works for you? Whatever. But if you're just like blowing them off to blow them off, you might be a piece of shit.
Yeah, it what sounds like you might have a bad relationship with your parents,
And I mean, if you do,
that's
okay.
cool too.
Okay.
That's okay. That's okay too. But yeah, I mean, again, that's a shopping cart put away situation. It's like, it's my birthday. I'm not going to answer the calls. I don't want to answer, But yeah, you should probably at least do what Danielle said and text back and say, hey, I'm busy with my friends. I'm doing birthday stuff. I appreciate you calling me, and I'll talk to you soon. And that's the deal.
I think this last time I was on like a dune buggy or something. Not a good time. Yeah, I can't hear shit. Like, call you later.
Dave, I'm not putting that one on the screen. Just letting you know. Can't have 5 minutes. Yeah, if you're in the middle of stuff, it's cool. Just a little acknowledgement. So here's the deal. If you got to ask, if you have to ask the question, is it messed up that I don't answer my parents' phone calls on my birthday? If you have to ask that question, it's probably a little screwed up. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking. That's what I'm saying. Danielle?
Think you might be, looking for some validation there if you're asking people if that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is normal, right? I'm not an asshole, am I? Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. I mean, my dad's called me at really inopportune times before. It just happens.
And my mom's gotten to the point where she doesn't want to call me. She's like, I don't want to bother you. You're always busy. I'm like, Mom, bother me. Call me. Mom, if you're watching this video right now, call me. You're not ever bothering me. Call me.
Yeah. On my birthday, I'll call my dad and remind him of however long ago on this day, his life became so much better.
Dad,
he was graced with my presence. You're welcome.
Dad, remember 23 years ago when I made your life better?
Remember the anniversary of your crowning achievement in life?
Do you see what I did there with the 23?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just kidding.
That was a long time ago. Holy crap.
Yeah, let's see here. What do we got going on the chat? Yup. That was a good one. Thanks, Curtis. Yeah. All right. What if your parents don't put away their shopping carts? Then you put them in a home. If your parents don't put their shopping carts away, you put them in a home. That's what you
take the shopping cart up there for them, you ungrateful child.
Yeah.
Get out there. They raised you.
They raised you,
put the cart away.
Brought you into this world. All right. Yeah, this is an interesting episode because we got a bunch of random questions about is it wrong? And usually it's like, hey, I'm really depressed because of the pandemic and I don't know how to meet people in this world the way we live in this day and age. And I'm trying to have a more jovial episode. So we got some good questions here. And I really liked this one. Is it wrong to tell your friend, who is always late, that the gathering starts 30 minutes earlier than it actually does? Is that wrong?
I can tell you there's blowback to it when they find out that you're doing it. This is something our friend group has put into play for a particular friend of ours for some time now. And then she caught on and she was a little put out by it. And now she's like, so determined to be on time.
She's punctual now?
She points it out every time that she shows up on time. She has to make sure everyone knows, I was on time this time.
Look, guys.
Don't give me any crap. Like, maybe you should have done that for the first 5.5 years I knew you. We wouldn't all feel this way.
Thanks, Dave. Look at this. Look at this, you dick. No, we did that to Clint for 7 years. Yes,
I did.
That's right. Yeah, is this wrong? I actually read that comment. I'm notoriously late because the show does not start till the lead singer shows up. That's why. Damn it. Now, in all seriousness, I read that comment and I was like, is Danielle talking about me with this comment? Is she being passive?
Oh, when I sent you
Yeah,
this
you sent me that today.
No.
And I was like, are you being passive-aggressive?
You know who I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
We love her, but she...
Mm-hmm.
She used to be late all the dang time.
Yeah, is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. It's genius to do that. That is genius. Let's see here. It is required, says CB3. Yes. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's weird too. You know, I noticed if anybody lives in Austin, like Austin has gotten crazy busy and traffic, and it's like I've lived here for a long time, and it's getting to the point where now it's like it takes 3 times longer to get anywhere. You can even make plans to get to the place that you're going and like plan for it's going to take longer, so I better leave earlier, and it's still not long enough. It's really crazy.
We run into this thing recently where we're like all of our friends are now like grown up types and we all bought houses and crap. And of course none of us can afford houses like in Austin. So now we all live in separate Austin suburbs. And we have to like cross the entire area. Like we used to all live within like 15 minutes of each other, and now
It's
it
like
takes 45 minutes to get anywhere because we're out in like, you know, the new developments.
way out there.
They're way down south. So
Wait.
yeah, it takes forever to get anywhere.
Yeah, it's rough. Here's a good question. This one's interesting. Is it wrong to still enjoy the art of an artist who is discovered to be a bad person? I can't help but say, you'll see when I read that. What do you think, Danielle? Is that wrong?
I thought about this a lot lately because I remember like I have very strong feelings about certain artists who turned out to be potentially like pedophiles or what have you, and I took all their music out of my phone and wouldn't be okay with even listening to them in public or my car. But you know, they were also artists I wasn't particularly attached to, and then I found myself really kind of like understanding a bit more that there is a conundrum there when all that stuff went down with like Marilyn Manson, and that was so much a part of like my identity when I was young, and I was like, am I a bad person? Like, what do I do? I still kind of like this music. You know, I think at this point, you know, being able to separate the art from the artist, there's a conversation there. What I would just avoid is don't give them your money anymore. Don't buy any of their crap. Don't go see them live. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's at least a step in the right moral direction. But you know, it also doesn't reflect on you.
Yeah.
The fact that you liked their art and found out that they were doing fucked up shit.
Yeah. It's weird too, and it's weird that we live in this time too, where it's like sometimes you don't know what the truth is. Sometimes there's accusations, and then you just like abandon that person, and maybe they're not true, and then sometimes they are true. You know what I mean? Like you don't know, and it's weird. I've noticed too with the younger generation, they're very, very quick to cancel anybody, and that's a really delicate line to walk. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to somebody that was saying like their kids who are high school kids, and they're looking, yeah, but so and so said this, then we should can't like, and she's like, that was a different time. People said different things. Culture was different then. You can't. I mean, you can, but you can hold it against them. But I mean, like, it was a different time, and it's like if somebody says something now, then it's starting to be known that certain things are socially unacceptable to do or say. But I mean, I've heard crazy things about Led Zeppelin with groupies, and it's like, are we going to cancel Led Zeppelin in 2021 all of a sudden because of crazy legends that we've heard?
Was it Slash or somebody kept someone hostage?
Boy George did that.
Like for a while.
Yeah.
Like a underage girl. She's like 14. It was definitely someone in a very large rock group. I was like, wait, why? I think highly of this individual and no one's ever talked about this. But I think on the opposite side with you know, another weird thing I've seen with like young people and artists who do weird stuff, there is an inverse. There is a time when they just completely forget, like Takeshi 6ix9ine. It's cute to remember how he was a narc and there was all that story. Everyone remembers what he was in trial for.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Like,
yeah, he's this like rapper kid who everyone's like, oh, now there's like a documentary where everyone's like talking about the hype or whatever. This dude sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl.
Eesh.
Everyone just kind of glazes over that because it was fun drama to watch. And I don't know, it's weird. You see that sometimes where like that particular type of crime not exactly frowned upon in certain circles. So yeah, it was real weird. You can get canceled for saying something, but everyone seems to look the other way when you rape someone. Like NBD, I guess.
Yeah, so when I'm like, when I hear it's like murder she wrote, dude, like, dude, Clint, you're not allowed to dance over there. You're not like, Give me that beep beep.
Yeah.
You know, like
we were
no,
we were
mm-mm,
we were
no.
somewhere in Miami a couple years ago, me and a bunch of work people, and they started playing an R. Kelly song, and every woman in that room just went boo, and they were like, "Turn it off!" And, like people went up there and made them turn it off. They were like, "No, we're good."
Did everybody forget that Boy George took a male escort? I think it was a male escort hostage, and for like days, and then he ended up going to jail for it. This was in his later years, but like.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think he thought that guy was trying to get into his computer, or there was some kind of weird drama issue. But it was like he had a male escort in his house or flat or whatever, and then he took him hostage and tied him up and kept him there for like 3 days, and then ended up he went to jail for it.
That was Dahmer's MO.
Yeah, that's crazy. So now I can't enjoy me some Karma Chameleon? Like, come on, that's not fair. Come on. All right, what we got? Wait for it. Oh, okay. Those songs are yours after a certain point. Your memories are attached to them. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave says, if you canceled the rock stars for it, most classic rock stations would be shut down. Absolutely. I've heard all kinds of crazy stories. I like how you looked at me. Hey, come on now. Yeah. I mean, we were crazy on the road, but nothing compared to like you start watching some Motley Crue documentaries, and it's like, hey, whoa, crazy stuff.
We're gonna hang out in a hotel room and throw knives at a wall.
Yeah,
do a whole lot of blow.
Blowing knives, my favorite. Let's see here. All right, who else we got in the chat here? We just got Dave Keel and CB3. Are you having fun, Danielle?
Yes.
See, this is fun.
This is going much easier than
it's easy.
Hyped it up to be.
We just hang out
the anxiety was on
and talk smack. The old podcast, it was audio only. There was no cameras involved, so it's like
this is the first time anyone's like seeing what I look like. I'm used to just sit over here. There was a bed right here, and I would just sit here with a microphone and talk about how much I hated Mars and why that movie Equilibrium would never happen. Those are my shining moments.
Dave, I don't know what this says. And just in case, I'm not even going to put it up on the screen. Clint was a gentleman. Well, that's true. I don't know what that means. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Is it wrong to lie to your friends about why you're canceling plans because you really just don't want to get off the couch because you're too stoned?
I didn't think you were gonna put the stone part in there, but I thought about this after I sent it to you. I feel like if you have good enough friends who understand where you're coming from, you can literally just text them and be like, I just need to not leave my couch, and they'd be like, cool, see you whenever, enjoy. Whatever, I like, enjoy the pad thai we know you have coming. Like,
yeah, like you got to be honest with your friends, you know? Like, if you're too stoned to get off the couch, just say it. Yeah, admit it.
What's
wrong?
Driving.
Yeah, you shouldn't lie about stuff. Like, what the hell?
Don't drive.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Has that happened to you recently? Is that a real thing?
So sometimes gummies don't hit you the same, even if they're the same ones. You like timed it out to where you like had things to do later.
Yeah.
Nope, no, you're gonna be on the couch, not going anywhere.
And I don't know if you ever had those the Delta 8.
Mm-mm.
They're legal in.
Oh, I've heard about them.
Yeah, they're legal. But they shouldn't be. Like, yeah. I mean, they should be. They should all be legal, I think. But it's funny. You're like, oh, what is this? Some kind of CBD oil? And you take these things, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa! And it takes about an hour, and then next thing you know, you got to cancel your plans.
Yeah, a friend of ours, we were actually all out doing something, and he went to the store and got what he thought was a vape, just a regular vape pen. Nope. He got one of those things, and he was all right for a little while, and then he just like comatose out and was just eating pizza really slowly,
Oh
and
boy.
everyone's like, "Dude, are you okay?" And we found out like the next day that that's what was going on. We thought someone roofied him or something. But that stuff, I doesn't it like make you all sweaty and gross?
No, not really. I mean,
Yeah, salvia.
maybe a vape pen, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think in this day and age now, I think a lot of people are like have gotten used to being at home to where it's like, yeah, I'll meet you over there, and they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay here.
Putting pants on is hard.
Yeah.
Bras are the worst. Like I'll just go to bed. I'll stay at home.
I'm like, I'm not putting a bra on. I'm not doing it.
They're terrible. Just don't ever put one on. They're the worst.
Dave says, wait for it. There we go. Me and a buddy dropped acid. Then he stood up and said, bye. I'm going to Thanksgiving dinner with my
your parents? Good God. There was, oh, Jesus. There was one time where we had just gotten back from Disneyland or something, and we had some hits of acid, and we hung out at his apartment for what seemed like at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. Nothing. And I was like, well, I'm going to go home. I think these are duds. And he was in South Austin, lived in North Austin, and by the time I hit Lady Bird Bridge, he sent me a text that said, "Oh no, are you okay?" And I pulled up my phone and went, "What does he mean?" And then looked up at the roads like, "Oh no!" Like it started hitting right while I was on Mopac. I was still like 6 miles from home. I made it. Next time, I'm just gonna stay over.
That's hilarious. Dude, I'm such a weenie. I never did any drugs.
This was 5 years ago.
This was like 5 minutes ago, 5 hours ago. Yeah, no. I never did anything. I smoked a little weed and drank, but I never did anything. So, I had a heart condition when I was younger, and so I was always scared if I took any drugs, something bad's gonna happen. So I never did. I lived a nice, wholesome life, guys. Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's check in here with the chat, guys. What was that other question I had? Oh yeah, I'll just say this one. No, it was dumb. All right, we're not doing that one. Let's see here. I don't know what you guys are talking about in the chat, but the last one is you can't get roofied on Mars. I want a T-shirt that says that.
You don't know that. It could happen. I just hate Mars.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest planet.
Are you not a fan of Mars?
No. Do you remember that giant rant I went on about how much I hated Mars? Like, and why are we wasting any money going to that dead bullshit rock?
Yeah.
It's over. It's over.
What do you think about them like sending like Chuck Berry records into space and stuff?
Oh, like on the satellite thing?
You know,
what
on
is it, Voyager? Voyager?
Yes.
I should really know that. Yeah, there's all sorts of cute stuff on there. On that golden record, there's like heartbeats and blues and whale songs. It's very beautiful.
Did you hear about that? I was talking about this the other night, but there's a Willem Dafoe movie that he made that is put in a vault along with a bourbon that sponsored this thing for 100 years. Nobody's seen the movie, and nobody will see the movie for 100 years. And then in 100 years, somebody's gonna go, and everybody's gonna be dead who's involved. I'm like, what's the point of this? It's so ridiculous. But yeah, they're gonna pull this movie out, and I guess watch it in 100 years.
If it's anything like that movie he was in, Antichrist, the future is gonna think very low of us.
It's just the Green Goblin throwing pumpkin bombs.
Then we'll be okay.
That's what it's gonna be.
That's fine.
Oh, it's funny.
Not everything Willem Dafoe does is
no. That's the Last Temptation. I think it's
representative of what we've got going on as a society.
Yikes! Oh man. Let's see, guys. How we doing out there? Cancel. What the hell? I don't know. They're having some crazy conversation. You guys aren't even listening to us. We're getting out of here. Guys, if anybody at home out there is having a hard time and you're thinking dark stuff or whatever, call the suicide prevention hotline. If you think it's not that it's not that pressing. Maybe it is. You just need to call somebody. Call these guys. They'll refer you to somebody else, whatever. What you don't want to do is sit home and not call anybody. So just make a move, call somebody. And I always like to pop this up just in case, with a show title like Answering for a Friend, I'm, wonder if somebody's going to end up on this, but looking for advice, looking for answers. If you're not getting any answers, because half the stuff we say is ridiculous, but if you need some answers, call these guys. Somebody can help you out there. Yeah, and then I want to remind you guys, like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell, let your friends know about us, and we're going to be back every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Almost messed up that. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Danielle? Do you have fun?
Yeah. I had fun. This was fun.
I appreciate it. I may call you back in the future. Sometimes Mia's got, we're all living our lives. Sometimes Mia's not around, and if you're ever able to help us out again, we would really appreciate it. And yeah, do you? I don't know if you're private or public or what. If you want to tell people where to reach you or anything on Instagram or anything like that, or you're like, no, I'd rather stay anonymous. That's cool too. There's no wrong reasons. We only got a few people in the chat, but we may get some people on replay that might say, hey, I like this cool chick, and I want to check her out online, see what she's up to.
Well, I have a very little social media presence. I have a private Facebook account, what I mostly just use to big brother my employees to see if they're lying about why they're calling out. And I have an Instagram where I post about 2 pictures a year. I'm very cool. I'm 38. I'm not cool. It's okay.
Do you want to give some shout outs to anybody that might see this in the future?
Obviously, Justin, thanks for tuning in and supporting there, babe.
Thanks, Justin. Awesome. Well, cool. Well, Dave says, don't post it. I'll stalk her. Ha 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 ha. Or was that an evil?
I even considered like wearing a wig or something today and having like an alternative, like just because I'm like in my professional life, it's so different. Yeah. I was like, oh God, what if someone at corporate sees this? Should I like have a like?
Well, we're not talking about anything bad. You wear like a thick biker bandana and shades or something.
I think they knew. They know what's up.
Just come dressed like Willie Nelson with a bandana and
I'll just
pigtails.
Be Dr. Science forever.
All right. Well, cool guys. We're gonna cut it down now. So it's time to go. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of Answering for a Friend. Thanks again, Danielle. And we'll see you guys later. Mia, if you catch this episode, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys.